Before the invocation, I would like to have a moment of silence for the following individuals who have recently passed away. Miss Marlene Champon, who is a retired school paraprofessional. Miss Christine Scott, a retired school teacher. Miss V. Janice Cooley, a retired school teacher. Miss Ezell Sherry, a retired school teacher. Mr. Rudy Bourgeois, retired central office supervisor, and Miss Judy Weiss, retired central office secretary. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Benoit. Mr. Harding, would you please lead us in invocation and pledge?
Thank you, sir. Everybody stand, please. Lord, be with us during this meeting and dealing with the agenda at hand. May we treat each other's opinions with respect. May we learn how to reject ideas without rejecting people and share vision, although we may not share the same means. May this meeting be for each of us an opportunity to be servant to the people we represent. We humbly ask this in your name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Harding. Ms. Brunet, would you please do roll call?
Yes, sir. Mr. Michael Lagarde.
Here.
Mr. Gregory Harding.
Here.
Mr. Matthew Ford.
Here.
Mrs. Debbie Benoit.
Here.
Mr. Don Crowdis. Dr. Bud Kluche.
Here.
Mr. Roger Dale DeHart. Dr. Maybelle Trahan.
Here.
And Mr. Dane Voisin.
Here.
Mr. President, you have a quorum.
Thank you, ma'am. Board members, before we begin, I've been reminded to please remind you guys to make sure you put your mics on and speak into the mic, because sometimes it doesn't come out clear. Appreciate you guys. Number 5, approval of minutes of school board meeting of July 1st, 2025. Recommendation that the board approve the minutes of school board meeting of July 1st, 2025 as recorded. So moved, Dr. Bud. Dr. Bud. Second, Ms. Dr. Trahan. Too many doctors. Public comments? Dr. Bud? Dr. Trahan?
No, sir.
Other board members? Any objections? Hearing none, motion passes. At this time, we have some fantastic people in the audience that just received some new positions, so we're going to start announcing them. We ask that as we announce your school and the new administrator to please come to the mic, tell us a little bit about yourself, and we'll start off with the new principal at Terrebonne High, Miss Tricia Melanson. Sorry.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Tricia Melanson. I'm the newly appointed principal of Terrebonne High. I've been in this district for 19 and a half years, about 10 years serving as a high school teacher and master teacher at South Terrebonne. Then I did 2 years at Houma Junior High as assistant, and then 8 years at Upper Little Caillou Elementary as an elementary principal. But I have high school roots and was afforded an opportunity to go back to high school, and I've been very, very, very excited for this new endeavor. We're looking to bring the community together and have one Terrebonne. It's great to be a Terrebonne Tiger. So,
Great. Of course, I have to say a couple of things. I taught Ms. Melanson in geometry and algebra 2, and I remember as a teacher, she says, I'm coming for your job. And she sure did. She got a math job and then eventually administration, and so proud of how far she has come. And but you're really a gamer, okay?
you're right. You're right.
But we'll let it be said. Any other board members? Yes, Dr. Trahan?
The buyer is really going to miss you, Ms. Melanson. Everybody at your school, at your elementary school loves you. and your kids love you. I'm sure your replacement is going to do just great, and she's got a strong foundation in place for her. So thank you for all you did for the Bayou, and best of luck at Terrebonne.
Thank you. I did tell them that I would buy their welcome home sign when that new school is built, so hopefully that'll be sooner than later.
Mr. Ford?
Although you were a Gator, you're now a Tiger. So be proud, take care of my school, take care of our support staff there, and I look forward to the next 5, 10, 20 years in the district. Good luck.
Thank you.
Ms. Benoit?
I don't know you, Ms. Melanson, but I am excited to have a new principal. We have a newly, going to have a new refreshed Terrebonne High soon. So altogether, I think that's a dynamic combination. New administration, refreshed school. I think it's just going to be
Lots
the
of
best.
changes. Yeah.
So congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, Tricia, proud of you. Looking forward to the great things you're going to do at Terrebonne High. So excited for you,
Thank you,
and
sir.
the school.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Anybody else? Good. Good job. The new principal at Legion Park Elementary, Ms. Ronika Coleman.
Thank you, Mr. President, for the introduction. I'm Ranika. This is my 21st year as an educator. I spent 12 years in Terrebonne Parish School District. I did write me some notes because I just saw the message before I left the school. 7 years ago, I became employed by the National Institute for Excellence in Teaching, where I had the opportunity to support schools all around the United States, New Orleans, Tennessee, South Carolina. And then I've spent the last 5 years as an administrator in Lafayette Parish. And I'm so grateful to be afforded the opportunity to come back home, because one of the things that Mr. Ogeron asked was, what are you excited about? And I'm excited about 3 things. I'm excited about being back home with family, because at the end of the day, family matters. I'm excited about leading the school I attended as an upper elementary student, just a little mile right down the road. Takes me 2.5 minutes to get to work, under the leadership of Ms. Rose Petrie. And lastly, I'm excited to serve the community that I lived in, but that I currently live back home, because yes, I do live with my parents, and this is great. And I have with me today my mom, because she told me I forgot her last time when I was introduced for Village East, so I'm saying her first.
Please have her
Yes.
stand
Oh,
if she
okay.
can.
My mom,
Okay?
Dorothy.
Fantastic. Good.
I have my dad, Willie. And my daughter, who wasn't 2 years old when I left yet, but now she's 9, Journey. And so thank you to Mr. Ogeron for entrusting me to lead Legion Park, as they affectionately call, and we've always called it the park.
Great,
Oh,
great.
thank you.
Your credentials sound very impressive. We're glad to have you. But I do have to ask, where'd you graduate from?
I'm a tiger.
Tiger.
Terrebonne.
All right, fantastic. Any board members? Dr. Trahan?
Oh, you bring back memories, Renika.
Yes.
We grew our feet under us together at the elementary school when I first began. And I'm so glad to see you do so well and bring pride to our parish and our schools, and come back to help us once you've been there, and be back with us to help us. And it's great to see you again.
Thank you, Dr. Trahan. It's great seeing you as well.
Mr. Ford?
A true Tiger.
Yes.
But let's not forget, 20 years ago, you were at Oaklawn with us,
I was.
with Mr. Butler
Yes.
and Mr. William Pee Wee Simmons.
Yes.
And Mr. Kevin George and Ms. Cassandra Moses
And Mr. Dillard.
and Mr. Darrell Dillard. I wasn't going to leave him out. But we're so glad to have you back. When I found out you were applying for the job, I was excited, and I was hoping that you would get it, because you're bringing back a wealth of knowledge, wealth of experience, and maybe one day we'll team up over there at Terrebonne and we'll bring some of that legacy back.
Okay.
So you got to be at the alumni tournament this year. No excuses.
I can. Okay. I'm not going to play softball with it.
Mr. Harding?
Yeah, thank you. Glad to have you back. I think you listed three things. I think that's very important. The reason why that you have served that school well, because basically you went there, you have roots there, and it's just a win-win situation for all of us. I was sad to see you leave, but then now I'm glad to have you back after you gained all the knowledge that you have, and I definitely know that you're going to do a great job at Legion Ball School, which is a school I also attended years ago. I'm not going to say how long ago, but I attended that school also too. So if there's anything that I can do as a representative to help you out, feel free to give me a call. Your daddy have my number. You don't have it. He got it.
Okay, he has everybody's number. Thank you.
Mr. Ogeron?
Yeah, Renika, we're happy to have you back. Looking forward to where you're going to take Legion Park. Continue to just grow them, and they need you. So we're so happy you're here.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Principal at Acadian Elementary, Miss Christy Dardar.
All the way down. I am Christy Dardar, the newly appointed principal of Acadian. I started out at Berg Elementary as a kindergarten teacher. For all of my years, I taught in kindergarten. And then I went to Acadian for 3 years as their ICL. Last year, I was the assistant at Grand Caillou Elementary, and now I'm back. Once a mud bug, always a mud bug, right? I am so excited to be back. I was there in the trenches when we developed the plan that got us 2.9 points. I know there are two people in there that know exactly what I'm talking about from that A, and I want to be there when we get there. We're going to continue to do what we've always been doing. The teachers were so excited today to hear that our plan's going to remain the same, and we're going to just keep going and keep doing what we do. I will say, though, that today when I had, we talked about Spirit Week, if Spirit Week was going to remain, because we do that. I brought that in when I was an ICL. I said, absolutely, but I'm wearing green. Always going to be a Gator at heart. And I'm just so excited. I have my husband here with me. Most of you up here know Gilbert Dardar. And he has been such a help this summer. We have a new quad at our school, so if you want to come and see that, I invite you to come and see our new quad where the teachers and the students will be able to come and have lunch and picnics and all kind of neat things. So I'm just really excited to have this opportunity. Thank y'all.
Great. Miss Christy Dardar, didn't get to teach you. I didn't have that opportunity, but you went to ST. I remember you and Gilbert. Great students, and your passion and energy. We're excited to have you.
Thank you.
Very good. Any other board members?
I think you summed it up, passion and energy,
Yes.
and big shoes to fill, but we know you can fill them. So
Yeah, definitely big shoes to
looking
fill.
forward to
But
what you're going to do there as leader. So
thank you.
congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Good.
Thanks.
Oh,
Chris.
Dr.
Is
Trahan?
Gilbert here with you?
He is. He's right here.
Good to see you. We go back a while, don't we? And you too, Christy. So congratulations.
Thank
Good
you
job.
so much.
Was he a good kid or a bad kid?
I was a really good kid. Gilbert was maybe not such a good kid.
All right, anyone else? Thank you, Ms.
Thank
Dardar.
y'all.
Congratulations. Principal at Upper Little Caillou Elementary, Ms. Tracy Chauvin.
So I'm laughing to myself a little bit because my family's trying to hide back there, but I have to introduce them. I have my husband, my daughter, and my niece. My niece is actually student teaching at Koto, so she is going to graduate in November. So we're very excited for her, and she gets to start, you know, all that fun stuff next year. I actually started my career at Upper Little Caillou as my leadership career under Tricia. I learned so much from her. I am extremely excited about continuing what she already has in place and growing with the teachers. We had our meet and greet today, and it was an absolute blast. Even though it was pouring down raining, there was lightning, there was lots of smiles from all the parents and the students. So I am super excited about tomorrow and welcoming the kids back to school. So I'm looking forward to a great year.
Fantastic. Ms. Chauvin, you were principal at Montague Elementary,
Yes, sir.
which is one of the schools that I have, and I heard really good things about
Thank
you, and
you.
so excited to have you at Upper Little Caillou, which I went to Upper Little Caillou when I was a kid, a long, long time ago. But great to have you.
Thank
Can't
you.
wait to see what you're going to do. Dr. Trahan, anything? No? Okay. All right,
So
Mr.
we
Ogeron?
wish you all the best. We know you're going to do a great job. You're coming off the heels of a really
I know.
high academic performing
Yes,
year,
yes.
so that's always
Yes.
a fun challenge to continue that momentum. So we know you're the right person to do that. So
We're looking forward to it.
congratulations.
Good,
Thank you.
good.
So have a great year.
All right.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Principal at Montague Elementary, Ms. Summer Skorke.
So I'm Summer Skarkey. I was born and raised in Chauvin. And now I'm Montague Elementary at the little middle school, which is the cutest thing in America. I would just like to say, the first time I drove up, I actually got emotional because it's a little schoolhouse. So my very first day, like the staff day, when I drove up in the morning, I just want you to know, because if you ever come to experience it, like, it's really beautiful. When I drove up the other day, every light in the school was on and every door was open. And I was like, how welcoming was that? And I went to the janitor. I was like, did you do that? She goes, I get here early every morning because I want all the doors to be open and all the lights to be on for the teachers. And I said, it's about the little things. And so I just want to say that I spent 22 years as an 8th grade ELA teacher at LaCache. I spent 3 years as a master teacher at Ellender, and I did 1 year as an administrative intern at Ellender, and now I'm stepping into the principal position behind Tracy. And so I just want to say that we are rolling with her plan because she raised scores last year, and the teachers absolutely loved her action plans and everything she put in place. And so we're rolling with it because their scores went up. At the principal meeting the other day, we were a top 3 school in gains for math. And so when I told that to my teachers today, they were over the moon. So we typically as a district are really strong in ELA. So for us to be top in math, especially at a little Bayou school, that speaks volumes about the work that Tracy and the teachers put in. We're setting high expectations and we're going to try to keep pushing. I think they're at the point where we can get them to proficiency. So we're going to try to do what we can do. And I'm super excited to be a part of the community. They told me only 5 people were going to come to the Meet the New Principal, and 15 came, so I'm taking it as a win. It's just because I offered coffee and snacks, but we're not going to talk about that. That's all.
Okay, Miss Summer Skorke, you're another one that I did teach long way back, right?
Math.
Okay, Algebra 1.
Yeah.
And you said you didn't like it, right?
I
remember back
still
then.
don't like math. So I'm glad my teachers are strong in math.
Very good. But you always had that energy as well and excitement, and I think a lot of people know who you are, and that's a good thing. You got a good reputation, and we're excited that you're going to be at one of my schools. That's great.
Thank
you. Any other board members?
I want to say this about Summer. Probably one of the best teachers I've ever observed was you. So I know you're going to take that skill set and that expertise and lead with that with your teachers. And they're already gravitating to your energy and your expertise. So that's great to see and hear already. So good luck. We
Thank
wish you all the best.
I pay people good money to say stuff like that. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Sure thing.
All right.
Yep. Okay, thank you. Assistant Principal, Grand Caillou Elementary, Miss Emily Casey. I think I did. Did I say your name right?
Yes,
Okay.
Emily Casey. Hi, I'm Emily Casey. I am a South Lafourche girl who went to college, and I was one of the first student teaching residents in Terrebonne Parish. So Terrebonne Parish plays a really big, it has a big part of my heart. I started my student teaching residency at Southdown, and I stayed there for 4 more years before moving to Coteau. I taught at Coteau Bayou Blue, and my principal there reached out to me and said, hey, you know, we're doing an emerging leadership cohort in Terrebonne Parish, and I think you'd be interested. And it has completely changed my outlook on leadership. So thank you for that opportunity. Before this position, I was a master teacher at Evergreen for a year, fell in love with it before going back to the classroom at Coteau. And now I am super excited to join the team at Grand Caillou Elementary. It is so welcoming. I can't wait to work with Amanda again. I was able to work with her at Southdown, and I am so thankful for the support system that I'll have in Christy and Amanda, because I'm really joining a great team. So thank you so much for this opportunity. Oh, and I also have my husband here, Carlton Casey. He's been with me since student teaching. He has built several Egyptian pyramids outside of my classroom door, so he is a trooper.
That's great, great.
Thanks.
Okay. Sounds like you're excited. We won't hold it against you that it was the other South, South Lafourche, right?
Sorry,
Okay.
yes,
No,
sorry.
we're excited to have you. Great.
Thank you.
Mr. Ford?
I'm excited that you're over there with Amanda again, and I've heard so many great things about you. And I know I have big plans for Amanda. Hopefully one day she can move up, but she's not going to leave that school in just anybody's hands. So you got some big shoes to fill.
Absolutely.
But you follow her lead, you're going to be ready, and that school is going to keep flowing smoothly. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you're working with a great leader, so I mean, and you've worked with great leaders throughout your career. And notice you mentioned South Lafourche, right? So because I was her principal at South Lafourche High School. Not that means anything, but we have a commonality in that from down and by. So we welcome you and wish you all the best at Grand Caillou.
Thank you.
Assistant Principal at Houma Junior High, Ms. Chandra Gambler Torbett.
Hi, I'm Chandra Torbert. The Gambler is, for paperwork purposes, but I'm Chandra Torbert. I've been teaching for 26 years. This is my 27th year. It's my first year as an assistant principal. I've been at Acadian for the last 16 years since I moved to Houma. I was in East Baton Rouge Parish for my first 10 years. At Acadian, I taught first grade for 14 years. I've taught first grade for over 20 years. And then Mrs. Cook said, "You going to third grade?" And so I moved to third grade, and I was like, okay. And then the next year, at the end of the year, she said, "And guess what? You going to fourth grade?" And so I moved to fourth grade. And so she has pushed me out of my comfort zone. She has been an amazing mentor, along with Christy, along with Amanda Giordano, all of them, Dr. Bro. Everyone has been amazing. I've had wonderful people to be under, and I'm so excited. Therese has been amazing since I started, and I'm just ready to go. And we're going to do some things this year.
Very good.
So,
Okay. Well, Ms. Torbett,
yes.
you've accepted these challenges from your principal, and you've done a great job. And we look forward to what you're going to do there.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I'm not sure if y'all remember for
Yeah, I
our
was
board
gonna say,
retreat.
she did. I thought so. I
Chandra
could-
came
Oh,
and spoke
yes,
to us.
yes,
Yes.
I remember.
Yeah.
She looked
About
familiar.
just teaching
Yeah.
what it
Yeah, you
meant
did a
to her.
great
Everybody.
job.
Thank you.
Awesome job.
Thank you.
Any other
So if
board
you can
members?
teach this, teach any,
Thank y'all so much.
All right, we welcome you and wish you all the best.
Assistant Principal at Terrebonne High, Mr. Justin Ward.
How y'all doing? I'm Justin Ward. It feels like deja vu because I was in a different position last year where I was assistant principal at Houma Junior High under Ms. Therese LeBlanc, which was amazing. And I was previously the administrative intern at Terrebonne High School. So now I'm back at Terrebonne. I'm also a graduate of the Terrebonne High School. Even though I had to, leave what we had at Houma Junior High, which was a great family. I think we did marvelous things at Houma Junior High in just a year. Now I'm going to do, basically what I do and help a wonderful team at Terrebonne so that we can continue to unite Terrebonne and do good things this year.
Okay, Mr. Ward, we hear good things about you, and it's just going to make that team even stronger, I kind of envy Terrebonne right now. Nothing against South Terrebonne, but just saying. I know y'all building a really good team there. Any other board members? Mr. Ford?
Mr. Ward, we've known each other for a while now. We've developed friendship, not just from school, but coaching also. And I've been following your career since probably 8 or 9 years ago. Someone told me they were upset because you had gotten a job that they wanted and you weren't even certified and blah, blah, blah. So I went to observe your class. I don't think you remember this. And you were such a dynamic speaker and just this phenomenal educator. And I remember the conversation went from, he's not even qualified to, I changed the topic altogether. I said, this guy, we need him in a leadership role. And here we are 8, 9 years later, look at you. I mean, you are on the roll, you are headed in the right direction, and you're at my alma mater, our alma mater. And even though you won the tournament 2 years ago with the Grand Slammers, I don't think it's going to happen again, so you might as well take this as your victory, And I look forward to seeing you every year, every month, athletic events, and for years to come. So thank you. Congratulations.
Mr. Harding?
Thank you. There's a little story behind Mr. Ward. Of course, first he graduated from Terrebonne High, which I guess we graduated from Terrebonne High. Also, he's from the Stoball, Prince Colony area, which a lot of kids basically filtrate to Humboldt Junior High and Terrebonne High. So when he graduated from SU, he was working at the hotel as a finance guy, I believe, paying bills. So I ran into him over there, and I inquired. I said, "Man, listen, I think you'll be great in our school system, and to be a good administrator eventually, also a teacher and a mentor." So lo and behold, he goes to Oaklawn, and then he go to Oaklawn. I can't remember how long he was there, and I ran into him again. I said, "Listen, man, you need to get your stuff together so you can become an administrator." So I kind of feel not totally giving credit, but a little partly credit to encouraging him to be here. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I've seen him come through the ranks, and I know what he's made of. And I just want to let him know I'm very, very proud of you, because, like I say, next December, I'll be out of here, and we need other people to fall in line to carry the torch for when we are not here. And I just know that, in your heart, that you'll be the person to do that. I know you're going to do an excellent job at Terrebonne again.
Thank you.
Any other board members? Mr. Ogeron?
Well, Justin, we have all the confidence in the world in you, and you're just a great man, so we're excited that you're there. What you doing Sunday? No. I heard him mention something about a town hall thing, yes?
Yeah, so...
this is kind of interesting. He's already kind of doing these
So we are beginning to unite Terrebonne. So I know I mentioned, we want to have one Terrebonne. So we don't want to have the different avenues of Terrebonne. We want everybody to come together. So, through conversation, we put together a committee with some stakeholders and some people who, represent Terrebonne on a daily basis, alumni groups to come together so that we can start to rebrand Terrebonne, to have one Terrebonne, one logo, the correct colors, and, things moving forward so that we don't have all these different narratives of what Terrebonne is. So on Sunday, we'll be meeting, that committee group will be meeting to kind of solidify that.
Very good. Good move. Good move on your part. Very good.
All right.
Thank you, Justin.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Administrative intern from Ellender Memorial High, Ruth Celestine.
Good afternoon. I'm Ruth Celestine. I am the new administrative intern at Ellender High School. I started, this is my 16th year, which I'm really excited about. I started off at Elysian Fields, straight from Louisiana Tech. Ms. Trahan, Dr. Trahan, actually is the person that hired me for my first job as 6th grade ELA teacher. So I started at Elysian Fields. I was there until Elysian Fields closed. After serving in the classroom for a while, I then became an instructional coach there. I had some amazing leaders that really encouraged me to go off and get my master's in leadership, and so I went off to do it. And I was able to be there for 5-6 years as an instructional coach. After that, I went into the classroom as a SPED teacher, and now I'm here before you today, which I'm really excited about being at Ellender. I have kind of moved on, and I've come to the West Side. I've been over here for a little while, but it's so exciting to be back on the East Side. I have to say, I am a Terrebonne Tiger, so I love here, but the East Side, Ellender is where my heart truly is. It's so excited to see some of the students from Elysian Fields and Oak Lawn, and now seeing them kind of graduate. That was my first experience going to their high school graduation. I kind of got teary-eyed a little bit because I actually I helped with their growth process, and to see them kind of go off into the real world. So it was a beautiful thing to see. So I'm excited to be back with Dr. Grant. We're a duo. To be with Miss Scott. I have worked with her for a while at Oak Lawn. So our team has really kind of gelled together really well with Coach Frank, and I'm excited to support Ellender, support my administrative team, and the teachers there. I'm excited about the success and the growth that we're going to have this year. I just can't wait. I'm ready to get started.
Very good. So we need you on the East Side, okay, with all that
I'd love to
energy
be
as
there.
well.
Thank you.
And you seem like you could be a great team player, so
Yes, I am.
that's great. So excited to have you.
Thank you.
Dr. Trahan?
It's great to have you back on the East Side. And I know that the team is already great at Ellender, and you're going to make it grow even better.
Thank
We
you so
had some
much.
good times back
We
in
did.
Elysian. But what I saw was you never backed down from a challenge. You always stood up and gave everything your all. And I know you have continued being that way. You're a strong person, and Ellender's very lucky to have you.
Thank you, Dr. Trahan.
Mr. Harding?
Citizen, I heard a lot of great things about you. I know one thing is that you're very enthused about your job. I hate to see you go to the East Side, but
I'll always be a Tiger.
I know that you're going to do a great job there. And actually, you're just one of those dynamic individuals that always have a smile on your face, always very energetic. So I know you're going to take that there, and that's going to be passed on to the students and some of the teachers over there also.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Mr. Ford?
I'm excited that you're at Ellender. I'm glad that Terrebonne was able to loan you to them for a little while. But you didn't mention who was here with you.
I am going to. I was thinking that after I was going to let all this get done. But I do have my husband with me, Coach Jamar Celestine, and he is the support that I need. He helps, he pushes, he encourages me to go out and do it all with not having to worry about anything at home. He is top notch.
Very good.
Awesome.
So Ruth, we're just so happy that you're home at Ellender, and you're going to be a great fit, bringing all of your expertise there. So we're just thankful and looking forward to what you do with that team. So
Thank you
good
so
luck.
much, Mr.
Good
O'Donnell.
luck.
Thank you.
Administrative intern from South Terrebonne High School, Miss Katie Leday.
Good evening. I was looking around, I realized I worked for or with so many people in this room, even Dr. Budd. My first job in college, right after I worked for Blaise Pellegrin for a little bit at the YMCA. And then I got picked up by Ms. Vicky and Doc and went work there. And so my journey to leadership didn't start in education. It started with Dr. Budd in the eye doctor's office. So that's kind of fun. I am 15 years-ish into the system. I am a Gator real deep. But I did do a year at Terrebonne, a year at Ellender, and of course our year at Bourgeois. And so I have toured the entire parish, and I have a little piece of my heart everywhere, but South Terrebonne is definitely where I thrive. It's an exciting year for us. We hope. We're so excited. We've got so much to look forward to, and being a part of that leadership team during that time is really just a dream come true for me. South Terrebonne's real deep in our family and our blood, and it's exciting to be a part of that. So.
Very good. So, Ms. Lede, you know that. I've taught her as well. Okay, so they're all leaders, you know, that's great. Good job, Dr. Budd, starting her off. And excited to have you. I mean, again, I see great things coming your way as well. So we're excited. Dr. Budd?
Yes, we've known Katie before she was in education, and she has always been a very bright star. And this is just the beginning for her. There's no doubt in my mind. Her people skills, her ability to connect, her ability to communicate, and when she's focused, you just soon get out the way because it's going to get done. You know, she's just an amazing person, and so proud to have spent time with her, and just so proud of where you are and what you're doing. And really, this is just the foundation for you for the rest.
Thank you.
Because it's going to keep going.
Thank you.
So I've always been impressed whenever you took the leadership role with the Veterans Day ceremonies, and you took that on by yourself. And
Mr. Torbert tricked me.
Well, he gave you
It
the
worked.
credit. He gave you the credit for it. So, but I'm glad to see you're finally in a leadership role. Maybe you can spend a little time and bring that Veterans Day back. That would be nice. The veterans graduation, I would really appreciate that. And if you need any help, all 9 of us up here would be more than willing to help you. So congratulations. Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, Katie, another, probably one of the best high school teachers I've ever observed, and that's you. And I think the best thing that I observed through you throughout your career is just your rapport with kids. You love kids. They love you, and that's the beginning of just something really great. So we know you can do well in this role, and Madge really is going to use you for so many things in a good, positive way. So looking forward to that whole leadership role for you. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Security Coordinator, Central Office, Mr. Gary Williams.
Good evening. My name is Gary Williams, Senior, and I am the new security coordinator for the school board. I come from Louisiana State Police. I just left there. I was there for 5 years in internal affairs after being there 28 years as a trooper and in the Bureau of Investigations. I also worked as a detective with the Terrebonne Parish Sheriff's Office, an investigator with the District Attorney's Office, as well as a claims adjuster with the Terrebonne Parish Consolidated Government and Risk Management. And I am grateful for this opportunity to be the security coordinator with Mr. Ongeron, the board, as well as the administration being vested in the security of students. I think that's a great thing. Myself, Mr. Tarbert, and Mr. Butler went out to a conference, and right prior to going to the conference, I submitted a request to the 2 departments here that actually does SROs, and asked them what their concerns were. And their number one concern, which I'm not going to mention what it is, you know, it's for our use, not public use, but their number one concern was also the number one concern nationwide. And that's from school boards. They had presentation from school boards that has 187 schools, the gentleman said, 200,000 students, all the way down to a school board that had 1 school, you know, no security coordinator or director. Everybody has the same concern. So we have that here. We're working on it. You know, I think security is not something that you buy into. I think it's necessary for kids that we have to protect them. And basically, Terrebonne Parish, just from that conference, we're on the right track, the right path. The steps that were taken prior to me being here, I think about a year ago when y'all decided to do this, everything is progressively just as they're doing it nationwide. So I think if we continue to do what everybody else is doing for security, I think we'll be okay.
Well, Mr. Williams, your background is certainly impressive. Your voice as well. I like that. We're glad to have you, a new position, so we're excited about that as well. Dr. Budd?
Yes, sir. Thank you for accepting this position and coming to work with us to help us. Of course, really what we want to hear is nothing, you know,
Right.
and that's why we have you. so that you can be sure that we can hear nothing. You know, we recognize the need for you, and we recognize that, you know, we want to protect our kids. That's number one. We want them to have a safe place. And, you know, with your experience and your credentials, being able to see things that we can't see, you know, and help us to solve those problems. And if there's anything we can do to help, you know, anything I can do to help, please let me know. Because again, I just appreciate the fact that we now have a security coordinator such as yourself, and I feel like it's just going to give the environment that we'd like for Terrebonne Parish. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Ford?
So when we finally decided to go forward with this position, I reached out to a couple of friends of mine, people that are in law enforcement, retired or still active, and I encouraged them to apply. And then when I saw the applicant list and your name was on there, I knew right away you were our guy. And for a couple of reasons. One, I had researched this position myself for a couple of years before I even started mentioning it to Bubba. So I knew what type of person we were looking for the district and for this area. Two, because you may not remember this, but you gave me not one, but 2 speeding tickets. And you always were professional, and you always let me know how I made mistakes, but it was okay because as long as I paid my fine and showed up to court, that I'd be all right. Now, this is over 2 decades ago, so I've grown some since then. But I've always appreciated your professionalism and just the way that you handle situations, and you don't ever seem to get rattled. So thank you and congratulations.
Thank you. Very good. Mr. Harding?
Thank you. I didn't get any ticket from Gary. Of course, I don't speed, so that's why I didn't get any. But on a more serious note, I think you're perfect for the job. I mean, your background, 10, 15 years ago, you didn't know this job was waiting on you. But this job was actually here for you. It wasn't like you was unemployed. Wasn't like that you looking for a job. This basically just fell in. And basically what you're doing is you're giving back to the community. I think all your expertise and so far as being the state trooper and everything else is going to actually help us out to enhance what we already have. So I definitely know you're going to do a great job.
Thank
you. Gary, we appreciate that you've already hit the ground running and you're assessing thoroughly, coming up with a plan with Mark and Corey, and this board knew they needed the position. They were very adamant about creating it, and here you are. So we're thankful for that, and we look forward to what you're going to do in the position. So welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Hey, Dan, one more thing. You forgot to mention something.
Terrebonne High?
Yeah, that's it.
I don't know if anybody kept tally. I don't know which one is, but we'll just let it go, right? We'll call it a tie. Okay. What I'd like to say again is congratulations to everyone. I'm sure you have a big day tomorrow, so I'm sure you don't want to sit here for the next 2 hours, listen to all of us talk. But if you do, you're welcome to. Other than that, anything else, Mr. Ogeron? It's good. You'll have a great year. Thank you.
Thank you. Their enthusiasm and excitement is like infectious. They all it's almost like you rising up to to get that excitement with them. It's so great. Okay, of course, like what is it Coach Harvey said? Let's check on them in October. Yes. let's check the temperature in October.
All right. Number 7, announcements on August 6th, first day of school for students, tomorrow. August 19th at 5 o'clock p.m., Education, Technology, and Policy Committee, Finance, Insurance, and Section 16's Lands Committee, Executive Committee, Building, Food Service, and Transportation Committee. On September 1st, Labor Day holiday. On September 2nd at 5 o'clock, regular school board meeting. At this time, we're going into Section 8, the Buildings, Food Service, and Transportation Committee. I turn it over to Dr. Trahan.
Thank you, Mr. Boisin. Dear members of the board, the Buildings, Food Service, and Transportation Committee met at 5 p.m. on Tuesday, July 15, 2025, in the boardroom of the school board office with the following members present: myself, chairwoman, and Mr. Voisin. Also in attendance were Mr. Lagarde, Mr. Ford, Mr. Crowdis, Dr. Cloche, Superintendent Ogeron, and members of the staff. Recommendation number 1. The committee recommends that the board approve and accept the proposal for kitchen equipment repair services from Michael Blanchard Incorporated, 314 Hollywood Road, Houma, Louisiana, 70360, beginning August 6, 2025 through June 30th, 2026, with 4 one-year options to renew the contract, funds to be derived from the Child Nutrition Fund.
So moved.
Moved by Dr. Cloche.
Second.
Second by Mr. Voisin. Any public comment? Dr. Cloche.
No, ma'am.
Mr. Voisin.
No, ma'am.
Any other board members? Any objections? None heard, so ordered. Recommendation number 2. The committee recommends that the board approve and accept the proposal for refrigeration equipment repair services from Michael Blanchard Incorporated, 314 South Hollywood Road, Houma, Louisiana, 70360, beginning August 6, 2025 through June 30th, 2026, with 4 one-year options to renew the contract, funds to be derived by the Child Nutrition Fund.
So moved.
Moved by Dr. Cloche.
Second.
Second by Mr. Voisin. Any public comment? Dr. Bud?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Voisin?
No, ma'am.
Any other board members? None heard, so ordered. Any objections, excuse me? None heard, so ordered. Recommendation number 3. The committee recommends that the board approve and authorize the purchasing department to advertise for bids for whiteboards and bulletin boards in response to Hurricane Ida. I'm sorry, who's that? Mr. Crowdis? Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Ford. Any public comment? Mr. Crowdis? Mr. Ford? No? Any other board members? Any objections? None heard, so ordered. Recommendation number 4. The committee recommends that the board approve and accept change order number 1 for the Lewis Miller Terrebonne Career and Technical High School building repair project in response to Hurricane Ida in the amount of $36,505.60 for additional roof and gutter repairs and increased contract time by 207 days from January 1st, 2025 to July 27th, 2025. Funds to be derived from FEMA reimbursement funds, $32,855.04, and local funds, $3,650.56, and further authorize the board president or the superintendent to sign all necessary documents pertaining thereto.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Ford.
Second.
Second by Dr. Cloche. Any public comment? Mr. Bruce, are you here? Do you have any comment? No. Mr. Ford.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask, is if he was here, I assume the substantial completion has been done, and, yeah.
Is it
I know
done?
he was here for the committee meeting,
Yes.
and he said it
Yeah.
would be done. So this is just a formality, but
Yes.
are all those buildings inhabitable now, and they're the ones that we are utilizing? Okay, just wanted to make sure. Thank you.
Any other board members? Any objections? None heard, so ordered. Item recommendation number 5, also from Mr. Bruce. The committee recommends that the board approve and accept the lowest bid received, meeting all specifications for the Coteau Bayou Blue Elementary School security vestibule from Freedom Builders LLC, 517 Amarillo Drive, Houma, Louisiana, 70360, in the amount of $434,000, and establish a total project budget in the amount of $480,230.48. Funds to be derived from the building fund, and further authorize the board president or superintendent to sign all necessary documents pertaining thereto.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Ford,
Second.
second by Dr. Cloche. Any comments from the public? Mr. Ford? Dr. Cloche?
No, thank you.
Any other board members? Any objections? None heard, so ordered. The next one is for Mr. Thompson from Thompson Luke and Associates, item number 6. The committee recommends that the board approve and accept change order number 2 for the Coteau Bayou Blue Elementary School HVAC replacement project in the amount of $26,561.82 for mechanical modifications associated with the security project, and to add a 5/8-inch mold and mildew-resistant gypsum board on the corridor side only on existing wood studs. Funds to be derived from the building fund, and further authorize the board president or superintendent to sign all necessary documents pertaining thereto. Moved by Mr. Ford, second by Mr. Crowders. Any public comment? Mr. Ford? No, ma'am. Mr. Crowders? Any other board members? Any objections? None heard, so ordered. Item number 7. This is for Mr. Poisson. The committee recommends that the board issue a notice to proceed to Volute Incorporated for the Evergreen Junior High School lighting retrofit project. Funds to be derived from the Louisiana Public Service Commission through the Louisiana Public Service Commission statewide energy efficiency program for public entities, and further authorize the board president or superintendent to sign all necessary documents pertaining thereto.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Ford, second by Mr. Crowders. Any public comment? Mr. Ford?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Crowders? Any other board members? Any objections? None heard, so ordered. There being no further business to come to before the Building, Food Service, and Transportation Committee, the meeting was adjourned at 5:43 p.m. I return the meeting to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Trahan. We'll move into the Education, Technology, and Policy Committee. Dr. Cloutier.
Yes, the Education, Technology, and Policy Committee met immediately following the 5 p.m. Building, Food Service, and Transportation Committee meeting on Tuesday, July the 15th, 2025, in the boardroom of the school board office with the following members present. Myself as chairman, Mr. Matthew Ford, Ms. Debbie Benoit, vice chairwoman, was absent. Also in attendance were Mr. Dane Voisin, Dr. Maybelle Traha, Mr. Michael Lagarde, Mr. Don Crowdus, Mr. Gregory Harding, Superintendent Bubba Orgeron, and members of the staff. Ms. Sherry Roger, LSU Ag Center 4-H Youth Development Extension Agent, Terrebonne Parish, presented for consideration and approval the cooperative endeavor agreement between Louisiana Cooperative Extension 4-H Youth Development and Terrebonne Parish School District. Recommendation number 1, the committee recommends that the board approve and accept as presented the cooperative endeavor agreement between Louisiana Cooperative Extension 4-H Youth Development and Terrebonne Parish School District for 5 years, 2025 to 2030, to provide informal education programming from the LSU Ag Center, and to further authorize the superintendent to sign all necessary documents pertaining thereto.
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Ford. Do I have a
Second.
second? Thank you, Ms. Benoit. Any public comment on this? No public comment? Any opposed? Mr. Ford?
Yes.
Ms. Benoit, any comment? Any other members? Motion passes.
I had a comment.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Yep. So, while we were at our conference last week, I had an opportunity to talk with one of the representatives from LSU Ag Center, and the discussion that we had, it led from 4-H to, I was telling him about the neighboring districts, how they have ag classes for high school, secondary, and he said that they have programs in place that we can probably adopt to have the ag program started here in our district. So I really want to encourage those, in that position to do so, to start looking into that. And they said he can reach out through Miss Sherry, and she can reach out to him, but he would definitely be willing to provide the curriculum and any information and support that we need to get those programs started. I know they have ag programs in Lafourche, Assumption, St. Mary, so it's definitely something I'd like to look into here.
Okay.
Yep, thank you.
Any other comments? Motion passes. Recommendation number 2, the committee recommends that the board reject all 3 bids received due to them being non-responsive, and authorize the purchasing department to re-advertise bids for career and technical equipment supplies.
So moved.
Thank you, Dr. Trahan. Thank you. Any public comments? Any negative? Any opposed?
No, sir, no comments.
Mr. Crowdis? Any other members? Motion passes. Recommendation number 3. The committee recommends that the board approve and accept as presented the 2025-2026 Code of Student Conduct. Ms. Okay, Code of Student Conduct. Do I have a motion? Thank you, Ms. Benoit. Do I have a second? Mr. Voisin? Any public comment on this? No public comment? Any opposed? Ms. Benoit?
No, sir.
Mr. Voisin? Any other commissioners? Motion passes. Ms. Sandra LaRose, Chief Academic Officer, presented information on the following summer trainings. Number 1, the Special Education Advisors, Centers, and Tier 1 curriculum. Number 2, all K through 8 teachers and principals, assistant principals, iReady math program. Number 3, school paraprofessionals, academic and intervention behavioral training. Number 4, civics teachers, new civics curriculum, foundations of freedom. Dr. Monica Bro also spoke on assessments and accountability supervisor, also presented a
Dr. Cloche.
PowerPoint on
Dr. Cloche.
DIBELS. Yes.
We don't have to read all of that part,
Okay.
but thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Well, in that case, we'll turn it back over to you.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Cloche, appreciate it. This time, we're going to go into Finance, Insurance, and Section 16's Lands Committee. Mr. Crowdis.
Thank you, Mr. President. Appreciate it. The Finance, Insurance, and Section 16 Lands Committee met immediately following the 5 p.m. Buildings, Food Service, and Transportation Committee and the Education, Technology, and Policy Committee meetings on Tuesday, July 15th, 2025, in the boardroom of the School Board office with the following members present. Mr. Crowdis as chairman, Mr. Michael Lagarde, Mr. Dane Voisin ex officio, Mr. Roger Dale Dehart, vice chairman, was absent that evening. Also in attendance were Dr. Bud Kluche, Dr. Maybell Trahan, Mr. Matthew Ford, Mr. Gregory Harding, Superintendent Orgeron, and members of his staff. Recommendation number 1. The committee recommends that the board approve and accept the resolution as presented, granting the request by Gulf Island LLC Industrial Tax Exemption Project number 20230387-ITE, and I believe Mr. Cohen had come and given us some remarks. Do I have a motion? Moved by Dr. Kluche, second by Mr. Lagarde. Do I have any public comments? Dr. Kluche, Mr. Lagarde, any other board members? Mr. Ford.
You knew I wasn't going to let this one get by. Once again, as always, it's nothing personal with TITA or even Gulf Island, but I'm always vehemently opposed to these tax exemptions. I thought we would have faced our last one a couple of months ago because there's a committee being developed to review these for our district or for the state altogether. So hopefully they don't come back. We don't have to vote on it again, but.
There may be a couple more that were filed prior to the.
Prior to? Okay, yeah. Okay, so I'm opposed to this one, and I'll be opposed to all the other ones. It's nothing personal, it's just, I'm representing my district. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Ford. Any other board members? Any objections? Hearing none, the motion passes. Yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir. Oh, thank you, sir. Moving to recommendation number 2. The committee recommends that the board approve and accept the proposal from AMBA for student nurse professional liability insurance with limits of $1 million, with a $3 million aggregate per any one student with an annual premium of approximately $333. Do I have a motion? Moved by Dr. Kluche.
Second.
Second by Ms. Benoit. Any public comments? Dr. Kluche? Ms. Benoit?
No, sir.
Any other board members? Any objections? Hearing none, the motion passes. Recommendation number 3. The committee recommends that the board approve and accept the following highest bids received, meeting all specifications for hunting and trapping leases on Section 16 lands beginning August 6, 2025 through June 30, 2035. Allow the purchasing department to re-advertise those sections where no bid was received and/or those sections in which leases were surrendered, and further authorize the superintendent or board president to sign all necessary documents pertaining thereto. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
By Ms. Benoit. Do I have a second? Dr. Kluche. Do I have any public comments? Ms. Benoit.
No, sir.
Dr. Kluche. Any other board members? Any objections? Hearing none, the motion passes. Recommendation number 4, the committee recommends that the board approve and adopt the following budget adoption resolution, which provides for adopting the original operating budgets for the general operating fund, 1 cent sales tax fund, half cent sales tax fund, 3/4 cent sales tax fund, child nutrition program fund, and various special revenue funds for 2025-2026 fiscal year, with the following changes and additions. Bullet 1, reclass purchasing agent to the 210-day administrative salary scale for 240 days. Number 2, reclassify executive secretary to executive assistant to the superintendent and reclass to a 240-day professional salary scale, non-instructional professional support. Number 3, reclass human resources position control specialist to the administrative assistant, chief academic assistant, maintenance office coordinator salary scale. Reclass 1 secretary 2 in human resources department to a human resources clerk. Reclassify licensed plumber 1 and 2 to the general leaderman 1 and 2 salary scale. Adjust the salary scales for all support employees as follows.
Oh, you forgot one. Add by.
Oh, I skipped right over it. My bad. Thank you very much. Second to last bullet point, add a buyer to the purchasing department. And then finally, adjust the salary scales for all support employees as follows. All full-time 240-day support employee salary scales increased by $3,000 per year, excluding general leaderman, licensed plumber 1 and 2, building maintenance manager, maintenance assistant, accounting assistant, and employee benefits coordinator. All full-time, less than 240-day support employees' salary schedules increased by an annualized amount based on the 240-day scales, excluding bus drivers and transportation drivers. And further, adopt all related salary schedules for the 2025-2026 fiscal year.
So moved.
So moved by Mr. Voisin, second by Dr. Kluche. Any public comments? Mr. Voisin?
Yes, sir. I think this is well overdue. These people are amazing individuals, work very hard, deserve a salary increase of this, if not more. These are, when you talk about support people, you can't do your job unless you have good support people as well. Mm-hmm. So these people need they need some help, with the finances, and I wish we can give more. They're very deserving of this raise and the salary increase. So I definitely support this and support our people. So I'd like to offer an amendment if I can.
Absolutely.
Okay. I would like to offer an amendment to go as bullet number 3, to reclass the executive assistant to the board to scale 05-4.
Reclassify the executive assistant?
The executive assistant to the board to scale 05-4.
05-4.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Second, still good.
Okay, I got a second. I'll go second with Mr. Harding here. Okay, so I have an amendment to the recommendation number 4, and
Mr. Kraus?
yes, ma'am.
I would prefer if somebody else would second it. Mr.
Okay.
Seconded the first.
Oh,
He said Mr.
Oh,
Harding.
we said Mr. Harding.
Yeah,
I'm
Miss-
sorry. I missed that.
no, he spoke up first in my left ear, which I hear better out of. It's closer, yeah, we're closer to it. Are we good, Ms. Catherine? Okay, thank you. No, that's okay. Okay, so I have an amendment to recommendation number 4, which says that we're going to reclassify the executive assistant to the board position to a 05-4. And I had that motion, I had a second on that. Do I have any public comments regarding the amendment? Mr. Voisin?
Again, our board secretary is invaluable. I think we know that. We've been on the board, some of us for a long time. Not speaking of myself, but this is my 7th year, and she is just amazing. The knowledge she brings, the wisdom, the experience, patience, dealing with us. She has kept us in line. It's just, there's not enough good things to say. And, we need to show our appreciation to her and all the hard work she does. So that's why I'm offering this.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Mr. Harding?
Yeah, I'm going to say, like my Baptist preacher states, some things that is known need not to be said.
There you go.
Very good point. Yeah.
Mr. Ford was next.
So I'm just going to say, for the sake of discussion, let's keep in mind all these positions we're talking about are for the position and not the person, right? So
Point of
it
order.
doesn't matter who.
Mr. Crowders?
Yes, ma'am.
We are discussing the amendment for Mr. Voisin. We'll be more than glad to hear all the comments when we are debating the motion.
I'm getting to the amendment. Thank you. There was no need for you to interrupt me. So as I was saying, you adding this to the amendment is perfectly in line. It's not about the person. We could have, Roger Rabbit up there doing the same job. It's that position is definitely deserving of it. Having said that, I am recusing myself from the vote on the amendment and the original motion simply because I am married to someone who could potentially benefit from this motion. And I don't want to have any conflict or any ethical violation, but I did want to remind everyone that with the amendment, it is for the position and not a person. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ford. I believe Dr. Trahan have her.
I can't miss an opportunity to speak of our board executive secretary. What she does, we can't even enumerate all the things that she does for us. She takes a lot of pressure off of our shoulders and deals with all of the details so we don't have to. And we can focus on the bigger things that we need to discuss and decide on as a board. Our thanks is not big enough.
Dr. Budd, I believe you wanted to say something?
I
few words?
echo everything that they said already, but one thing they didn't say is she keeps us out of trouble as well. So thank goodness for that, because in our ignorance, sometimes we just don't know what we're doing, but she keeps us in line with that. And I think that the entire staff, all these positions, as Mr. Voisin said, it's time to do this. It's the right time. We have the finances to do it, and very supportive of this amendment.
Okay. Are there any other board comments? Well, I would just like to say that, I realized how much the secretary cared about me when she called and mentioned about you and I being accused of something that we were not guilty of, and I think she was about 3 times more indignant than I was over the issue, and so we appreciate that correction and everything. Okay, so I've got everybody has a few words to say.
Mr. Cross,
and
can I add a comment?
Oh, sure, absolutely.
So, in regards to the amendment, echo everything you all said, but in addition to that, the position works hand in hand with my office, and everything you see here tonight, like this whole agenda, the flow of a meeting, all of that stuff is on top of what we mentioned already, which is a huge, huge part of the job as well. Just coordinating a lot of things through my office, between me and you and a lot of functions that happen. We owe big gratitude to that position. So that's another factor in the addition. And look, by the way, this is focusing primarily on secretaries, and this is a secretary, it's the executive assistant to the board, which is a secretarial position. So another reason to include this position.
I'd like to say one.
Sure,
one
Ms.
thing.
Ms.
One-
Bing-
One
Ms. Bing.
addition to what everybody else commented on is this secretary is on 24/7. I will text her, email her, not meaning for her to answer me right away, just because I'm thinking about something that needs to be, communicated. And it could be 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night on a Saturday or a Sunday. She's going to respond to me. And I know she does that to everybody. So, she shouldn't get paid for overtime on that, but I'm just saying, that's the kind of person we're dealing with, and that is so deserving of this raise and more. But it's what it is now, and hopefully we can do it again soon.
Thank you, Ms. Benoit. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the amendment passes to the recommendation. All right. Next is the Terrebonne Parish School Board Budget Adoption Resolution. I don't think I need to read through that whole thing, do I?
Yes, you do.
Oh, I do?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, man.
Everybody's like, no.
Whew. You had me scared. Recommendation number 5. The committee recommends that the board approve and adopt the following resolution in reference to the Louisiana Compliance Questionnaire for the 2024-2025 fiscal year. Be it resolved that the Terrebonne Parish School Board, in connection with June 30th, 2025 audit, adopts the Louisiana Compliance Questionnaire for submission to LaPorte CPAs and business advisors, and confirms that the representations made therein are to the best of the board's knowledge and belief, and be it further resolved that Dane Voisin, President of the Terrebonne Parish School Board, Aubrey Bubba Orgeron Jr., Superintendent, and Rebecca Bro, Chief Financial Officer, be authorized to sign said questionnaire. Do I have a motion? I have moved by Mr. Gregg, seconded by Mr. Ford. Do I have any public comments? Mr. Harding, Mr. Ford, any other board members, any objections? Hearing none, the motion passes. There being no further business before the Finance, Insurance, and Section Lands Committee, the meeting was adjourned at 7:34 p.m. Mr. President, I turn it back over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Crowdis. Appreciate it. Number 9, Superintendent's Agenda.
Okay, 9A1. Consideration of approval of notice to proceed for plans and specifications for site preparation for 3 portable buildings at South Terrebonne High School. The recommendation is that the board approve and issue a notice to proceed to the Merlin Group LTD for plans and specifications for site preparation for 3 portable buildings at South Terrebonne High School. Funds to be derived from the building fund. Authorize the advertising of bids direct, that any major project changes be reported to the Buildings, Food, Service, and Transportation Committee prior to advertising of bids, and further authorize the board president or superintendent to sign all necessary documents pertaining thereto.
So move, Mr. Ford. Second, Dr. Cloche. Any public comments? Dr. Ford? Yes.
So I just want to make sure this is, the reason we're doing the portables, and I know if someone else were here, he would ask, is because we're doing in-kind replacement from before the storm, correct?
Sort of, but that's not really a factor.
Okay.
It is in kind, but it's not gonna be through FEMA. It's a building fund project. So, there's really no space to do or put what we had in those buildings in the main building. And one big part of it is a special ed classroom that needs ADA compliant restrooms.
Yeah.
So we need to kind of expedite this tonight so we can get the bids rolling to get those site work done so we can order the buildings.
Okay.
But it is replacing what was there. You are correct in that.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Very good. Dr. Cloche? Any other board members? Any objections? Hearing none, motion passes.
Okay, number 2, personnel sections. Following are the announcement of administrative assignments for the 2025-26 school year. We do this every year at the beginning of the school year. This is for information only. We met several of these this evening. This includes central office and administrative principal assignments on the following pages, as well as, no, just principal assignments. And item B are the personnel actions for the period of June 17th, 2025 through July 25th, 2025. That's for your information only.
All right, thank you, Mr. Ogeron. Number 10, Dr. Bud Cloche, Legislative Liaisons.
Yeah, I had something that was brought to my attention since our last meeting, and I just wanted to bring it to your attention. It's Statute 17-15, which outlines the requirements for criminal history reviews for educational and school personnel. There is this law, new law that's been enacted, goes much deeper than the histories that have been performed in the past. And we're still going through the weeds trying to figure it out a little bit, but I'm just going to share a couple of points with you. First, if we don't do our due diligence, there is a financial penalty assessed to the school board itself of the equal amount of 1 year's salary of a teacher, that we would be assessed a fine of that. If somebody fails to put on their application that their criminal history, or falsifies their application, or falsifies the standards in the standardized test reporting, they have up to $1,000 fine and 1 year in prison is the maximum term for that. The different things that this is not an exhaustive list, but some of the things that are listed on there is child abuse, child neglect, spousal abuse, crimes against children, porn, crimes involving violence, certain drug-related crimes, I don't know which ones, but certain ones, and felony for conspiracy to commit such a crime. Even if it's expunged from the record, we still have to find out, and therefore the person would be fired. And there are several dates that are involved in this. August the 1st was one. There's one in October, I believe. And so, like I said, there's a lot. And the DCFS state regulatory document, board, whatever, if their name appears on that list, even if they are currently enrolled, it's my understanding that we must fire these people. And it would be interesting because one of the things that is a little bit cloudy is their name could possibly get on this just because they've been charged, but however, they have not had due process at this point. You know, so they haven't been convicted, but if their name is on that roll, they got to go. And I didn't know if, Mr. Superintendent, you wanted to share anything on this?
Well, I want to thank Harley in
Yes.
particular for bringing this, to the forefront, and working with Dr. Yarbrough and you, Dr. Cloche, just on our plan to address this law. So I think Dr. Yarbrough feels confident that we are within the parameters of the law. But thank you all for what you've shared with us so far.
Yes, of course, not a problem. And, you know, this law is new. We are still working through implementation and how to make sure we're in compliance, but Dr. Yarbrough has been working with me, and so we are gaining access to that registry, and it's still unclear whether just appearing on the registry is going to affect employment, that kind of thing. So these are the details that we're still working through. The law has been effective for about 4 days. So, you know, we're still working on it. And
Yep.
if y'all have any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
I have a question.
Sure.
Regarding the whether or not it's clear as to if their name simply appears on the registry, is that something that we as a board, as a district, have the flexibility to look at, or is that what the law is stating? Because, I apologize.
No problem.
Because as Dr. Cluche alluded to, you know, there's no due process by your name just simply appearing on a list. Seems like that we would want to allow due process to take place first before firing somebody, because then we get into a whole nother issue. I'm just kind of
Yes, sir.
role-playing this out a little bit.
So just to be clear, the statute 1715 has been amended, and from my reading of it, on the face of it, but there's a very complicated law. It's Act 409. It was passed in June, and like I said, it's implemented, and it on August 1st is when it was effective August 1st. And so my understanding of it is that we're not reaching back and looking at names from employees that were employed before August 1st. So essentially, August 1st, we will start looking on this registry before TPSB hires anybody. Now, it's my understanding that if anybody is added to this list, they have a duty to self-report, and at that time, the employee would be terminated. I think that there are some intricacies about whether or not someone is on the list, whether it is a substantial finding, whether it's unsubstantiated, and we're still kind of working through that.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Ford, go ahead.
So is this list public record, and is it accessible for anyone?
My understanding is that it is not. So this is the Department of Children and Family Services Child Abuse and Neglect Registry, also known as the Central Registry. In fact, I believe that schools have technically are supposed to be given access to it as of August 1st. I don't know that the process has really gotten to the point where we have access to it yet, just because we have to go back and forth with DCFS, with Department of Education. That is going to be a question for Dr. Yarbrough, but I do not believe that it is open to the public.
So my follow-up question was this, so playing devil's advocate here.
Sure.
Assuming there's someone that may be on that list, and they may be aware, they may not, I mean, they should be aware, but now that this law is in effect, should they be receiving some sort of notice, because you potentially could have a coworker that, you know, has inside information, maybe they have an axe to grind, and then they can reach out and say, hey, so-and-so's on this list, you know, is that something that, you know, we should be worried about, or are we kind of protected because they were grandfathered in at that point for employment standard?
So, like I said, it's prospective from August 1st going forward, because the department could not possibly go through every employee of every school board going back. And so that's why they made it prospective. I've talked to some attorneys for other school boards in the state, and this is kind of how it was explained to me. But to answer your question, there is a duty to self-report, and I don't know what goes into how somebody is notified, whether or not they're on the registry.
Is there a timeline for them to self-report?
I want to say it's 48 hours. Don't hold me to that.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
thank you.
All right. No problem.
All right, thank you so much. And so I'll turn it over to you, Mr. President.
There being no further business to come in front of the board for tonight, meeting is adjourned. Thank you.